in greater detail. So, like always, we all can take turns and recite 4 verses each. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, entitled Purushottam Yoga, the yoga of
Hare,
the...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. I'm driving, so I probably won't be able to read.
Okay, no worries. Thanks for the heads up. We're grateful for your association, Hiro Mataji. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamoolam Madha Shakham Ashvatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Astam Veda Savedave Adhaschordavam Prasritastasya Shakha Guna Privriddha Vishaya Pravala अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके नारूपमस्य तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरुद्धमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा तथा पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूय तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यथा प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Yes, Preeti Mataji. Are you in a position to read?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, you can.
Should I start from 15.5, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. I'll say one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Nirmana Moha Jita Sangado. Can you help me to put it in proper?
Nirmana Moha Jita Sanga Dosha.
Nirmana Moha Jita Sanga Dosa. Adhyatma Nitya Vinivratta Kama. Vanver Vimukta Sukadukka Sanjner. Gachanti Amuda Padam Avyayam Tat.
Atad Bhasate Suryo Nashashanko Na. Let's try.
Natat Pasatyo Suryo Na Sasanko Na Pavaka Yadgatva Na Nivratante Tadhama Paramamama Mamaivam So Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasasthanindriyani Prakriti Sthani Karsati Shariram Yad Avapnoti Yachapi Utkrama Tispra Gritvatani Samyati Vayurgadhan Ivasyat.
Very nice. Preeti Mataji, would you like to read?
Me, Prabhu?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, I can read. Ninth one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shotram chakshuspashanam cha rasanam घ्राणम एव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयान् उपसेवते उत्क्रमान्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जान् वा गुणान्वितं विमूढा नानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा. यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्ते आत्मने अवस्थितं यतन्तो अकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्ते चेतसा यद् आदित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भाषयते अखिलं चन्द्रांसि यच्चग्नो चाग्नो तत्तेजो विधि मामकम्
Very nice. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयामि अहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वा सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणपानसमायुक्ता पचामि अन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव विद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषो लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कुतोऽस्थो अक्षर उच्यते उत्तमा पुरुषस्तवन्या परमात्मेति उदाहृता यो लोकात्रयमाविश्य बिभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरम् अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथिता पुरुषोत्तम यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ तत्सत् श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तम योगो नाम पञ्चोदश अध्यायः Hare Krishna. So we'll read the two verses for the month of Purushottam. Govardhanadharam vande gopalgoparupinam gokula utsavameshanam govindam gopika priyam vande navaganashyama dvibhujam muralidharam पीताम्बरधरं देवं सराधं पुरुषोत्तमम् Hare Krishna. So we have been studying one verse in greater depth. Last time we studied the science of reincarnation as per the 15.8 verse of the Gita. So we'll now move on to text 15.9, which has a very small purport. Shrotram chakshusparshanam cha rasanam grihanam eva cha adhishtaya manaschayam vishayanupasevate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The living entity, thus, taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. Purport. Radha Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna devotees. In other words, if the living entity adulterates his consciousness with the qualities of cats and dogs, in his next life he gets a cat or dog body and enjoys. Consciousness is originally pure like water, but if we mix water with a certain color, it changes. Similarly, consciousness is pure, for the spirit soul is pure. But consciousness is changed according to the association of the material qualities. Real Krishna consciousness is real consciousness is Krishna consciousness. When therefore one is situated in Krishna consciousness, he is in his pure life. But if his consciousness is adulterated by some type of material mentality, in the next life he gets a corresponding body. He does not necessarily get a human body again. He can get the body of a cat, dog, hog, demigod, or one of many other forms, for there are 8,400,000 species. Thank you, Prabhu Hare Krishna.
There you go. Thank you so much. Shrotram, ears. Shravan, Shrotra. Chakshu, commonly used word. Chakshu is eyes. Sparsha, touch. Cha, also, or and. Rasanam, tongue. Grihanam, the power to smell. The five senses are shared here. The ability to hear via ears, see via eyes, touch via the skin, taste via the tongue, and smell via the nose. Shrotram, chakshu, sparshanam cha, rasanam, grihanam, eva cha. So the five senses. Adhishtaya, adhishtaya manaschayam. They are grouped around the mind because the mind is the boss of these. Vishayan up sevati. Vishayon ko sevan, they try to enjoy. Vishaya means sense objects. Eyes want to see something, nose wants to smell something, tongue wants to eat something, palatable. So, grouped around the mind, these five senses, and then the big boss, the mind, try to relish or enjoy these sense objects. Which are grouped about the mind, thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. Okay, I'll take a pause there. So, last time we were talking about the science of reincarnation. This verse is, you can say, kind of in the same theme. We discussed many, like the air and the aroma analogy was also there. So let's study this verse. What did we just read or heard in this text? Anything struck you? It was mentioned about the five senses, right? Grouped around mind, the boss. And what are they trying to do? Vishayan upa sevate. They're trying to enjoy sense objects. Yeah, please help. Like, what did we just read in the purport? Help me. One thing which struck you? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was just making sure that my voice is audible.
Mama, I want to watch.
What did we just read in the purport? Something from the purport, something from the verse, or something connected to this theme? There's an analogy given in the... Yeah, go ahead. Someone saying something?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I mean, I like that the point that according to the, and Bhagavatam also is saying that, right? According to our karmana deva netrena, right? We get a specific type of body and all the gross body on the senses. And here Prabhupada also writes that, but consciousness is changed according to the association of material qualities. So I mean, we our focus is also right. Our consciousness is already pure because soul is pure, but it is says that when it mixed with it is same analogy that when the rain water is pure, but when it comes and touches the ground, becomes muddy. So our consciousness is really pure. We are pure souls. We are pure devotee of Krishna. But when we come in contact with the material modes of nature, we become contaminated. And that's a consciousness we need to change through Krishna consciousness.
The adulterated consciousness
Yes, Prabhu.
to, leads to material suffering or karshati, as we read in the last verse. So, cycle of birth and death. Keep moving till we have that adulterated consciousness. And how many species? 8.4 million species. If someone really likes to eat meat a lot, all the time, they want meat, meat, meat. And Krishna is very kind. They'll say, okay, you want to eat meat a lot? Better I give you a lion body. Then you can eat a lot of meat, non-stop, only meat. Someone wants to really swim, 5 hours a day, swimming, swimming, swimming. Krishna will say, hey, you love swimming so much, let me give you a fish body. You swim 24 hours. So based on our proclivities and propensities to enjoy matter or so-called enjoyment, Krishna is, some people say, oh, I don't want to wear clothes, exposing body. Krishna will say, okay, you get a tree body. Then no clothes required. Hmm. So, but human life is a precious as we, human life is the chance, is the opportunity, is the exit door. All doors are not exit doors in a building. When the building is on fire, we are in a very, very, we're in a very, as we were learning here, the 14 planetary systems, we're in a very safe place because it's easy when the building is on fire. So the best place to get out is the ground floor. So we are in the ground floor or the level 1 in US. So because there's a balance of happiness and distress in the floors below, it's a little hard to remember Krishna. And the floors above, there's too much sense gratification, which also makes us hard. So healthy balance really helps. And it's only by the mercy of Guru and Krishna that one is able to understand what is that pure consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness? What is that pure life? Cheto Darpanam Arjanam. The example is given in this connection by His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. Imagine there is muddy water or any water. Like imagine, the child has put blue ink, red ink, green ink, yellow ink, all the inks in that kind of water, in a pot, in a pan of water. Your child has put all the inks. How will the water appear? What kind of color? The child has put all the sorts of inks in there. What will be the color of that water? Blackish, right? Dark blackish kind of, because when you mix all the colors, it almost turns out like a blackish, especially. So that's how our consciousness, the blue, the red, passion, ignorance, different modes, different people, different samskaras, different upbringing, different contact with different people. So in short, the consciousness has become very, very dark. Now, what do? We turn on the tap of pure water. So put that pot of water underneath a tap of fresh water, fresh pure water. What will happen? The pot will start overflowing. And gradually you will notice that the concentration of that dark water, blackish water, is going to reduce from 100, 90, 80, 70. And at one point, you can try this experiment with your family, kids. And after a few minutes, there'll be only pure water in that pot. Try this experiment at home. Easy and fun experiment, and very practical. But the only thing which does not apply, that it's our consciousness doesn't get purified in few minutes. That may take some serious effort and time. Wish it was that easy and straightforward. So our consciousness also has been polluted by different colors, different modes, different contact, different anarthas, different past baggage. But if we turn the pure water of Krishna consciousness, of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, then we will notice, and any sincere devotee can, attest that how their consciousness was like 2 years back, 4 years back, 8 years back, since they started their bhakti journey, like whatever time, like 5 years, 2 years. And now there is a significant difference. There's a significant difference in the way they think, the way they speak, the way they interact with the world, the way they sit, the way they talk, the way they spend their time, the kind of things they eat, the kind of things they do. There is significant difference. The kind of things which they spend their time, the kind of friends, significant difference. Why? Because we are feeding in pure water of bhakti. And that is the only way to get out of this cycle of repeated birth and death. That's what Krishna is saying, is to not get repeated body of cat, dog, elephant, or even demigod. The goal of human form of life is to understand who we are and what is our true home. That's chapter 15. Our true home is back home, back to Godhead, not this world, but the spiritual world. Any comments, thoughts here? Questions? Okay, we'll quickly do 15.10 also. Anyone wants to read this?
I can read through
Yes, Mata.
the 10th one. We just read to translation and purport, or
You can do the verse also.
okay. उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जान् वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा. Translation: The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Purport. The word Gyan Chakshushu is very significant. Without knowledge, one cannot understand how a living entity leaves his present body, nor what form of body he is going to take in the next life, nor even why he is living in a particular type of body. This requires a great amount of knowledge understood from Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures heard from a bona fide spiritual master. One who is trained to perceive all these things is fortunate. Every living entity is quitting his body under certain circumstances. He is living under circumstances and he is enjoying under circumstances under the spell of material nature. As a result, he is suffering different kinds of happiness and distress under the illusion of sense enjoyment. Persons who are everlasting, fooled by lust and desire, lose all power to understand their change of body and their stay in a particular body. They cannot comprehend it. Those who have developed spiritual knowledge, however, can see that the spirit is different from the body and is changing its body and enjoying in different ways. A person in such knowledge can understand how the conditioned living entity is suffering in this material existence. Therefore, those who are highly developed in Krishna consciousness try their best to give this knowledge to the people in general, for their conditional life is very much troublesome. They should come out of it and be Krishna conscious and liberate themselves to transfer to the spiritual world. Yeah, so I mean, this is all. I mean, Prabhupada is saying that for emphasizing the point that having the knowledge, because basically everybody is in the bodily conception of life. Because everything we can see the body, but and we and says in and in engage ourselves in the sense gratification, because we are just live the conditioned souls are basically living on the platform of the mind, the senses and mind. So, Prabhupada is saying that one has to understand that we are not this body. And I think you see that how the so much profound this Bhagavad Gita is. Lord has speaking first thing that we are not this body. When he started after, when Arjuna was lamenting and many confusion is going on in his mind, and what he just it's like a blacksmith, you just put the hammer at one time. He said that no, everything is no, why are you lamenting, we are not this body. So everything is just finished. If you think like that, we are not this body, we are soul, we are already part and parcel of Krishna. In this chapter we will going to read mame vansho jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. We are part and parcel of Krishna, we have the same qualities. And why we are suffering? Because mm, we have mistaken consider this body as ourself. And when this knowledge comes that, oh, this is my body, I am possessing this body, but I am not this body. This is my hand, my leg, but who is I is soul. So Prabhupada is saying once you have this knowledge, then can understand that this change of body is same. Like even he says that when the body is changing, how that Kaumaram, how it starts, Prabhu. There's a famous verse. Um,
Acharya,
no,
Pragya.
no, no, Prabhu. Uh, your body changes from boyhood to
Dehinasmin yatha
Dehino
dehe.
asmin yatha. Thank you, Mataji. Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehanta prapti dhirastatanamit. It says that your body is changing even when we lost our childhood lost, right? I know in one sense, my childhood is dead already. Adulthood is dead. So we are just, age is going. We can see in this same body that things are changing. The body is changing, and at different platform, at different age, we have different, inclinations, and later on it changes with time and as body grows. So when we try to understand this specific knowledge, and then we can ask questions or develop the spiritual knowledge. And of course, Prabhupada also mentioning that we should share this knowledge to everybody, that everybody can come out of this bodily conception of life. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Very nice points. Anyone else wants to share something that struck you in this verse purport? So knowledge, how do we perceive knowledge? From bona fide spiritual master. One who is trained to perceive all these things is fortunate. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona, Bhagyavanaji, Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakta. So it's not easy to get the association of Vaishnavas, sadhus, sadhu sangha, especially those who are, um, you know, bona fide spiritual masters. In this day and age, it's very, very rare to find a bona fide guru. We may not sometimes feel that because we may feel, oh, I can access this, I can go to YouTube, hear his class. I can meet him at Sadhu Sangha. I can hear his class. But think about that. It's very rare. It's very, very rare. Sometimes it is said that a lady who is, you know, who has grown in the sandalwood tree uses sandalwood for as a for heating. Sandalwood is so expensive, but she does not know that it is meant for much higher things. Similarly, we should value what we have received, feel that gratitude, feel that mercy. So we never take the association of devotees for granted, the association of Guru, the association of Bhagavad Gita, etc. for granted. And we make the best out of that. How? By truly understanding. In what mood? What's the right mood to understand as per the Gita? Approaching your Guru.
Submissive?
Submissive.
Submissive. Which verse talks about it?
Tadviti pranipatena.
Pranipat Pariprashna.
Very nice. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updeksha.
Upadekshite Jnanam Jnanina Tattvadarshana.
Very nice. So one should approach the Guru, render service, ask humble, in a humble way, in genuine inquiries, not about how to get a new job, how to get the dental cleaning done, right? That's not the real purpose of a guru. The real purpose of guru is to understand, why am I here? How can I remove my absolute problems? What's the difference between relative problems and absolute problems? Has everyone heard these terms? Relative problem and absolute problems?
Yes, Prabhu. Relative is changing, right, with time, but absolute is constant.
Hmm. Okay. Some examples. If I have a toothache, one man's problems, one man's poison, other man's food. I am feeling pained about that. But the dentist is happy. Oh, more business. If my car breaks down, I am suffering because I have to go to mechanic and spend time, energy, money. But the mechanic is happy, more business. So it's a relative problem. I didn't get a promotion. The next door colleague got. Relative problem. Most of the problems which people are focusing on in today's day and age are all relative problems. Very few focus on the absolute problem. Absolute problem has three common postulates. What are they? No one wants it. It is common for all, and no one can escape it. For example, can someone escape dental or like a car breakdown? Someone can escape it, right? Every year they buy a new car, their car will not break down ever, right? Can someone escape being fired from the job? Absolutely. They may have their own business. Ambani doesn't have to worry about will someone fire him from the job, right? So those are relative problems. Absolute problems, common to all, no one wants it, no one can escape it, which are primarily birth, old age, disease, and death. BODY. Birth, BO is old age, D is disease, Y, Yamaraj, death. So an intelligent person focuses on understanding how can I get out of these absolute problems. And that's the inquiry he or she makes from the Guru. I'm getting this disease I don't want. I'm going to, my body is getting old. My grandfather died. His grandfather died, So it's going to happen to me. What's going to happen next? I want to know. How can I prepare? What is my next destination? Am I going to become a dog, a cat, a mouse? And what's going to happen after that? That's jigyasa. Who will get knowledge? One who has jigyasa or inquiry. To get knowledge, one has to have the hunger, is it not? If one does not have the hunger, knowledge is basically like spiritual food, you can say. So we need, and that's for one of the first aphorisms of the Vedic scriptures, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. We have a lot of jigyasa. How to get a good job, good wife, good home, good car, good this, good this. But the real jigyasa one should have is about the absolute Brahman or Krishna. But who is absolute? What is the real purpose? Who am I? These are the real questions one should ask. And then one will have desire to learn. One will then approach, because if there is no jigyasa, even the best teacher cannot do anything. If there is no hunger, the best of the best foods will not be of any value because there is no hunger. So good hunger is the and humility. So inquisitiveness, inquisitiveness, humility, vidya dadati vinayam, vinayam dadati patrata. That becomes the right qualification to receive the right knowledge from the bona fide scriptures, and that knowledge takes us out of the material world and back home, back to Godhead. And those who are highly developed in Krishna consciousness should try to best to give this knowledge to the people in general. See, Prabhupada is emphasizing on this mode and of sharing also. So one, we should learn ourselves and share to the best we can with others, people in general. Because someone shared with us, we have to keep the gratitude chain on. Because why? Because of compassion. Prabhupada's compassion, Mahaprabhu's compassion for the conditional life is troublesome. People are suffering. People are, caught up in this, cycle of birth and death. So as Vaishnavas, as aspiring Vaishnavas, it is our duty to share to the best we can because the world needs it. If we have something special and if we keep it with ourselves, not a great idea. That's called miserliness or kanjus. They should come out of it and be Krishna conscious and liberate themselves to transfer to the spiritual world. So, apna uddhar and karo paropkar. This is Mahaprabhu's instruction. Any more thoughts, comments here? Any questions, additions? So, knowledge, let's share. So, basically, learn and share. Mahaprabhu said two things: chant Hare Krishna and share with others. This is the sum and substance of our movement. Learn to practice bhakti and share with others to the best we can.
Achar and Prachar, right, Prabhuji?
Acharan and Prachar, yes. Names like Haridas Thakur. Practice and preach. Practice is the acharan. And the best preaching is by one's own example. One should always preach, and if required, speak. That means it's more by actions, less by words. I cannot hear what you say because what you do is so loud. Anything else before we pause for today?
That you brought up about compassion. I mean, we see that everywhere the devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord, are very compassionate towards Prabhupada. Many instances he used to cry by seeing the people who were playing golf, and because he was crying that they're thinking that they are wasting their human form of life, which is basically going back to Godhead. But so the real those who have this knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, they can see the bigger picture, because we got this opportunity to go back to her, like in this verse is also saying, I think previous verse is that we have 8.4 million life species and human life is very rare. On another instance, I was remembering in this one that Prahlad Maharaj is also saying that I have no fear or no desires, but I am very compassionate to the people, those who are living in the towns and cities. And he wanted to preach those who are in the, like, in the towns and cities and villages, instead of going to the forest and meditating just by own. So the devotees are not just those who have experiencing a higher taste, they want to distribute that. Like if you go to I mean, the devotees don't go, but I mean, if you have any high taste, or like if you go to restaurant and you think like, oh, this that dish is delicious, or you tasted something nice food, so you want to share with others also, that, oh, you have you tried this restaurant and you went there, and did you try this dish or something, because you have tasted that higher and you want to share. So similarly, Krishna consciousness, those who have that higher taste and they want to speak about Krishna, and they think, oh, why you are suffering, you also hear Krishna katha and come out from this misery of material sufferings of this world. Mama, now can you change it? Thank you, Prabhu. Mama.
Thank you. Very nice. That's a whole mood. And anyone who shares Krishna consciousness becomes very dear to Krishna and Mahaprabhu. So it's mentioned in the Gita, it's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And one can feel it by practical experience also, that when we are sharing, there is more sense of responsibility, there is more sense of to keep up what we are practicing. There is more sense of ownership and spiritual ownership and responsibility, that I must be careful. I must be more careful now. Each one teach one while being taught by one. Today, His Grace Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was speaking in the class I was attending this morning. He said, please take responsibility of at least 5 people. If 5 seems a lot, take at least one person and help them in their bhakti journey. If 5 seems too less, take 10. So the point is 1, 2, 5, 10. The numbers are not the main thing, but the main thing is you become their genuine well-wisher, caretaker, friend, and help them. If you help someone in their bhakti journey, Srimati Radharani will help you in your bhakti journey. And I want to share a quote with you from today's class, which will really, you'll find it very nice, hopefully. There's a whole session, detailed notes about giving advice. This was a topic for today. But the main point was there's the importance of personal guidance. One who gives personal instruction to each and every one does more for others than platform speakers. This is Bhaktisiddhanta Sai Thakur saying. Platform speakers cannot solve the problems of everyone in the audience or address each individual's specific needs, right? Because each individual has specific needs, their family situation, their husband-wife dynamics, their children dynamics, their financial dynamics, their bodily situations, some health aspects, age aspect, cultural differences, country, so many aspects. And the Bhagavatam speaker is speaking, they're speaking for 1,000 people, 100 people. But one who gives personal instruction to each and everyone does more. Generally, whatever the platform speakers say cannot solve the problems of everyone in the audience, nor can it benefit everyone, every individual. A person's defects are better rectified in a private tutorial class. This is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur speaking almost over 100 years back. Private coaching, private tutorial, then in hearing lectures in a school or college. Therefore, those who instruct particular persons separately can award them something more permanent from Amritvani. Isn't that amazing? I really like that. And it shows their movement is very personal. So we should have one-to-one connection with our mentors and our mentees, both. Each one teach one while being taught by one. Now, how to select a mentor? I'm going to write an article on that based on Sadhu Sangha. Some lectures were there, and it's been a topic on my mind. So I thought I'll write the article today, but somehow I could not. So I'm going to write it soon. That's my to-do list. Any thoughts before we wrap up? Questions? Complaints?
Very beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much for wonderful, nice points. And the Bhagavad Gita, two shlokas also very, very wonderful. Like in this Purushottam month, especially, which comes very rare, once in 3 years. Still, sometimes myself, I waste some time which is not important by giving time to other things. So it's a very, very rare opportunity to be a human form, and especially born as a like in the Hindu family and getting into Krishna consciousness and getting the value of things and everything. After getting everything, sometimes like we waste our time. I was thinking like how people who are not into Krishna consciousness, how long does it take for them? So it's a really, really amazing, Prabhu. Thank you so much for everything, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. That's the quality of a sincere seeker, which you are. No matter whatever they do, they feel there is opportunity and room to do better. That's what Nanda Maharaj also felt. So yes, you should always have that mood that yes, I'm not doing enough. There's more. I need to get better. So thank you for your honest and vulnerable reflection. Okay, we're going to pause here. भगवद गीता परिषद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, पुरुषोत्तम मास की जय, संवित गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.